The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is now the Illinois Media School. We've been an institution in the Chicagoland area now for 30 years. Because the broadcasting world is always changing, so are we. Not only are we teaching radio and television production, but now you can learn all aspects of the media industry, like web design. You can also specialize in TV or
inside the 10, into the end zone, touchdown. Fly ball well hit left. Soto going back, still going to the wall. Baby's out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Dragon Sports Live. It is 5/8 here on this lovely, cool 50-degree day. Matter of fact, more like 55, but it's going down tonight. But before we get into that, here's a little update for you. In this time, it's Dante Payne with your Chicagoland Sports Update. Brought to you by the Illinois Media School. For more information on a career in broadcasting, go to beonair.com. This update is brought to you by the Chicago Dolls Baseball. The season opener and home game broadcast will be May 17th against the Gary South Shore Railcats at 7:05 p.m. For tickets, visit the ChicagoDolls.com. And I'm Dante Payne, and you're listening to the Chicagoland Sports Radio. It's not just sports, it's a way of life. Yeah. All right, now that update's out the way, here's another update for you. If you're following the playoff, if you're following baseball, my bad, the Chicago White Sox are playing against the Cleveland Indians right now. Bottom of the 3, going to the 4th, and the Sox lead the way 1-0. Going into the 4th. We also have Cubs kicking off tonight against the Miami Mariners today at 7:35. So actually that's 6:35 our time, but make sure y'all tune in and watch that game. And with that being said, I got an exciting show for you today. So we got coaches that was supposed to be head coach is not going to be the head coach. I'll talk more about that in a second. We also got the Bears signing another kicker coming up too. And the fact that they had a competition to get rid of these kickers. Like if they can't kick, they was doing a parky challenge. If they can't hit from that distance, then they was cut. That's coming up. NBA playoffs, hot and heavy. Games was really good. Blowouts the last series of playoff games the other day. And potential win or go home for you today. That's all coming up here on Dragon Sports Live. But before I said, like, I love to show support and love to my local artists, unsigned artists, independent artists. So if you are an artist, and this is calling all artists, send your MP3s, your clean version MP3s or radio edit MP3s to dragonjumppro@gmail.com. I will listen to it. If I vibe with it and love it, best believe I will put you on the show in the music rotation with the show that I have with other artists that I have on the show, just so we can get a good rotation so people can hear your music. So, like I said, send your music to dragonjumppro@gmail.com. And then, by the way, guys, don't forget to follow me on social media. You can follow me at Dragon Jump Pro on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to that too. You can subscribe to YouTube at DONPE1 on YouTube. So like I said, don't forget about me. Subscribe to those things. And, you know, vibe with me. If you rock with me, hit me up on live, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I do read and I am on social media quite frequently, so I will follow those comments. If you got something that you want me to speak out, let me know. I will put you out there. And that's all I do. I can show you support. You show me support. Mano a mano. Let's get it. But I got canned with Misunderstood here on Dragon Sports Live. Check it out. It's canned.
Yeah. I got you, sis. Yeah, you know I got you, sis. I got you, sis. Yeah, you know I got you, sis. I got you, sis. Yeah, you know I got you, sis. I got you, sis. This is the life of a black woman above average. Do more than cook cornbread and cabbage. We always been savage. That diamond in the rough don't give a about living lavish. We just wanna make it. We just want a man who ain't quick to see us naked. See us on the grind, but don't get intimidated. I'm tired of the black woman being underrated. Why we gotta sit at home to be considered wives? Why we can't go and enjoy our lives when we in our 20s and getting money? Instead, we get mocked by motherfuckers who call it comedy. It ain't even funny. Why we can't go natural without getting backlash from these foes? You tell us, love yourself, so we rock afros, and then you calling them professional? Man, middle finger to the critics. And shouts to the black woman with a plate for still I give biscuits. Above average, do more than cook cornbread and cabbage. I'm a black queen, not a bad. Hey, you ain't heard of black girl magic. Hey, you know we cold with the fashion, and if need be, get ratchet. Little finger to the critics. And shouts to the black woman with a plate for still I give biscuits. Above average, do more than cook cornbread and cabbage. I'm a black queen, not a bad. Hey, you ain't heard of black girl magic. Hey, you know we cold with the fashion, and if you look, one more thing, independent queen, still need a king. Life's better with a team, and we keep the grass green. Instead of worry about the next chick, we deserve more to chill and some Netflix. We just wanna make it. We just wanna cover that feeling incarcerated. Why we gotta lower standards for consideration, and we cutting expectations just to have someone adjacent. Where are my black kings who invest? We don't want them niggas who just wanna have sex. We ain't them dogs who just put back on the shelf. So if you wanna come to us, you better come correct. We just wanna build in, maybe we could chill. Let us get to know you before we know how you feel. Don't wanna move fast, so I stand still. We ain't tryna do the mannequin challenge for real. Little finger to the critics. And shouts to the black woman with a plate for still I give biscuits. Above average, do more than cook cornbread and cabbage. I'm a black queen, not a bad. Hey, you ain't heard of black girl magic. Hey, you know we cold with the fashion, and if need be, get ratchet. Little finger to the critics. And shouts to the black woman with a plate for still I give biscuits. Above average, do more than cook cornbread and cabbage. I'm a black queen, not a bad. Hey, you ain't heard of black girl magic. Hey, you know we cold with the fashion, and if need be, get ratchet. We misunderstood.
We misunderstood.
So misunderstood.
So misunderstood. Yeah.
I wish you understood.
I wish you understood.
I got you, sis. Yeah, you know I got you, sis.
I got you, sis.
I got you, sis. Yeah, you know I got you, sis.
I got you, sis.
I got you, sis. Yeah, you know I got you, sis.
I got you, sis.
I got you, sis.
Misunderstood. Yeah. Misunderstood. We misunderstood. So misunderstood. I wish you understood. Wish you understood. Yeah. Oh. Oh.
Hi, Kevin.
Welcome back, baby.
Yeah.
Love it when she call me love it. Real cool. I'm the man, give me some romancing. What's the plan? I cannot be stagnant. See the cloth, I'm clean, different fashion. I'm the man, little baby, thanks for asking. I'm the man, give me some romancing. What's the plan? I cannot be stagnant. See the cloth, I'm clean, different fashion. I'm the man, little baby, thanks for asking. Thanks for asking. You can shop, shorty, go and get the plastic.
Thanks for asking. You can shop, shorty, go and get the.
I like my shorty petite, you know that she always coming with heat. Long as she rolling with me, she knowing that all her comes to see. I just be charging the fee, cause all of this sauce, you know it ain't free. There's a lot of greatness on beat, she like, girl, who is he? Ooh, yeah, bad I land on feet, cause all you do is weak. Ooh, yeah, Converse shoes with the flare out jeans, man, look at me. Ooh, yeah, work out daily, got her going crazy, my physique. Yeah, this a jam, she in my space. Ooh, yeah. See, eyes closed, cause I know how that body go. You wifey my queen, if you didn't know, now you know. For sure, I'm a poet from the street to the go. But he just know you will always be under me like you stuck to the floor. Cooler than a fan, I'm heat. Out here counting bands, stay on me. Come here, baby, with that whoop, whoop, bam, that's on me. That's on me. Yeah, cooler than a fan, I'm heat. Out here counting bands, stay on me. Come here, baby, with that whoop, whoop, bam, that's on me. That's all me.
Yeah, cooler than a fan, I'm heat. Out here counting bands, stay on me. Come here, baby, with that whoop, whoop, bam, that's on me. That's on me. Okay.
Yeah, this that velvet do-rag flow, you know? One of the smoothest from the go. Yeah, collect.
Welcome back to Dragon Sports Live. If you just tuning in, that last song that you just heard was called The Man by Luby. And speaking of the man, we did have a man who just became the 300 no-hitter pitcher in history. And that was Mike Flies of the Oakland Athletics. He pitched the no-hitter game yesterday to seal that victory 2-0. And like I said, he was the 300 no-hitter. Now, it's crazy because in that span of time, you had basically 2,000. This dated all the way back to 1861. So it having no hitters, and in that span, you had 17,200 something days until you got to between the 200 first no hitter and a 300 no hitter. Because granted, that's hard and that's easy to do. You really you got to give a man props. You pitched a no hitter, y'all came away with the victory. September alone has 64 pitchers with, I should say, 64 no hitter games, the most in any calendar month. And you know, you got all-time great Nolan Ryan with 7 no-hitter games, and that's the most currently in the season. Like, that's the most in history right now. So, you know, that's one step closer to passing that. If you can get 8 no-hitters, you're going to be looked at as all-time great. Big ups to him today. Oakland A's are taking on the Cincinnati Reds today with Sonny Gray getting the start against the Oakland A's. First time back, and it's like his ERA is at 3.89. So it should be a good match against the Cincinnati Reds and Oakland A's. Now, for our local teams, you know, Cubs currently sit first right now in the NL Central. They're 20-13, and their offense has been rolling the past 7 games. Well, I should say the past couple of games, past few games that I watched. They're averaging 7 runs scored in these past couple games. Their offense is rolling. Chris Bryant has hit a homer in 3 straight games in an 8-1 stretch. 3 straight games he has hit a homer. But if you look at the AL Central, the Sox currently sitting in third. They're 16-18. So they're not too far, and they're starting to pick up the pace. They're starting to, get used to the coach's system, get used to the manager's system. My bad. The manager's system, because they don't really call coaches in baseball. Get used to the manager system, as well as people coming off of injury. So, and like I said before, the Sox are playing the Cleveland Indians right now. And that score is now knotted up 1-1 going into the bottom of the 4th. Cubs play later on today against the Marlins, who honestly kind of been struggling this season. Marlins are 10-25. And they are currently on a 1-game losing streak because they lost to the Cubs the other day. But they're currently struggling right now. But so is the San Francisco Giants, as well as the Colorado Rockies. All these teams are struggling to find more wins. But you still got a lot of the season to go. So you never know what could happen in the possible in this turnaround in this season. Like 100-something games or 200+ games, you never know. But it will go down. It will break down. And those of you who just tuning in, this is Dragon Sports Live. I am streaming simultaneously on YouTube, Facebook, as well as been broadcast on the TuneIn app via the ChicagolandSportsRadio.com station on the TuneIn app as well. So if y'all miss me, y'all can catch the show again on my YouTube page at DONPE1, as well as Facebook, Dragon Jump Pro. And if you're friends with me on Facebook, you can catch it on my Facebook Live as well. So I am everywhere right now at the moment. Just like some of these baseball teams are everywhere, I'm everywhere. And that's the best way to do it. That way, everybody, because everybody's not on social media like that. Some people are physically. So it's like, you should have no excuse why you should be tuning in. You should tune in to me. And if you want to chime in, tune in, feel free to drop y'all comments. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know if y'all don't like something. Let me know what y'all think is going to happen tonight in these playoffs. Let me know y'all think if the Cubs going to pull out a dub, or you think Chris Bryant, why I keep saying Chris Brown, don't know why, but Chris Bryant gets another home run, and there'll be 4 straight home runs. I'm taking predictions, all predictions. Tune in app as well as Dragon Sports Live. So, as they always say, back it up, get it in. All right, now in the NFL, the Coach Nagy and Pace have literally signed a bunch of kickers in this past offseason because they're trying to find a replacement for Cody Parkey, who basically, now you're been known as the Doink Doink. You don't want to be known as the Doink Doink now, because even though they called that kick a block, you still double doinked it, even on the second attempt. Like, it's I can't even say, like, I'm at a pause of words for that. And by the way, beat that y'all hear playing in the background, this would be the I compose that I made myself. Yeah, I try to be a jack of all trades, but anyways, which some kickers can be a jack of all trades, especially for the Bears. They did just acquire Eddie Pinheiro from the Raiders. They basically traded a 7th-round 2021 conditional draft pick. But that draft pick, that trade will basically be valid if Eddie stays active for 5 regular season games. Now, he did lead his former school, 38 of 43 field goals. And he was all-time scoring for his school. Don't know, but that lead, they let go Rufford Jones. So currently right now we have Chris Blewett, Elliott Fry, and Eddie Pinheiro. Those are the current kickers that the Bears have on roster that, is signed right now. But like I said, if Eddie doesn't be active for 5 games, the Bears get to keep that 7th-round 2021 pick that they got. So that's that. And we also waived a couple offensive lines, like as it getting closer and closer near right now rookie season and voluntary camp drills have started. So they're working on that. It's basically just trying to find a replacement kicker. They added a couple new additions to the lineup. You got Clinton Dix, you got David Montgomery that they drafted, and we also got Riley Ridley, who is actually been praised by Nagy right now. And just because Nagy's such an intelligent man, he come up with plays on the fly. Like a lot of his plays are trick plays, special plays. Like you may have a defensive lineman running the ball in as a fullback, so you never know what tricks that he can pull out of his sleeve. And that's basically all the experience of being under Coach Andy Reid, who was a great coach. So they're working on that. In other NFL news, Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensive end Jason Pierre-Paul has flushed his negative, so he will miss the 2019 season. And also Gerald McCoy concerns over $13 million price tag. So here's a little thing right now. The Buccaneers only have a little bit of under $2 million salary cap space. So they won't be able to sign anybody via free agency, or they will have to trade and then basically wait till when the cap resets. But y'all may lose one of y'all good defensive players. Gerald McCoy was actually pretty good. So I'm going to need y'all to step up on that and make it happen. Because season's getting near. It's getting close. It's getting close to where you see preseason. This is where we see all these rookies. And so far, the rookies have been looking good in all the mini camp drills and practices so far. But preseason is where you get to get a good look of them. Some of these rookies may be starting, some of them may not. If they're practicing with first team, they're definitely going to be starting. OJB, or Odell Beckham Jr., he has big plans for the Browns. He speaks very highly of Baker Mayfield. And they also signed Jashir Van Hill. He's been signed with the Patriots for a one-year deal. But more on the Beckham thing is he feels highly good. Like he want to take this team to New Year's, even if it takes him 5 years to do it. And you also was reunited with your LSU teammate, Jarvis Landry. So I feel like things gonna be happening, but even though I feel like a lot of people is jumping to conclusions on saying that they're gonna make it to the Super Bowl. First, they got to make it to the playoffs. They was close to making it to the playoffs. Make it to the playoffs first, and we take baby steps. Don't just say, "Oh, the Browns gonna make the Super Bowl" just because your team got juiced up. No, take it a day at a time, or take it one game at a time. Y'all gotta get through preseason or off-season workouts, preseason, and then the start of the regular season. You just got to take it one game at a time. You can't just instantly say, "Oh, I think the team, they can be a good Super Bowl contender," but I can't say they'll make the Super Bowl when they just had their best win season last season. I want y'all to continue to build up on that. Yes, they was on the boat, but they could have made the playoffs. They just needed help from a few other teams. So, with that being said, I'm going to need y'all to take it one game at a time. Don't get ahead of yourselves. Take it one at a time. And if y'all make me eat my words come close to that time, I will bow down to you. But in the meantime, one game at a time, everybody. One game at a time. And that's the best way to do it. It's just like taking baby steps. Like, you can't just jump out there expecting to be great. Unless you gifted and talented at it, yes, it's possible. But not everybody's gifted and talented of that. That's why I always say put in hard work. Hard work goes a long way. And to put in that hard work, that's how you become winners. You put hard work in, you become winners. And that's the best way to do it. Speaking of winning, Flash, King Bone, we winning. Here on Dragon Sports Live. Check it out.
We winning. We ballin' out of control. We ballin', keep going to the numbers. We started like oh. We winning. They can't believe that we did it. Now we got the keys to the city. We got the keys to the Millie. We winning. We ballin' out of control. We gon' check the numbers. We started like oh. We winning. They can't believe that we did it. Now we got the keys to the city. My team, we ball out control. 200 mil, that's the goal. Come right here, play while I play. You might just get burned like cold. 35 G for a brick. Sell the whole thing up in nicks. 672,000 the numbers. My niggas just living hood rich. Niggas been fed at your homie. Anytime they see you winning, but really they plotting upon you. That's they go from the beginning. The streets just turned me to a hustler. Pockets that just be so muscular. I see that trouble, she on me. All my life I just might. Where I come from ain't no cuffing. Get your lifestyle for bluffing. 669th Street we stay busting. Ambulance boys stay coming. Every day I'm in the jungle, but I taught myself how to be humble. I don't trust niggas that mumble. Them type of niggas that take you right under. All of my niggas the realest. I just don't pick with new niggas, cause most of you niggas are snitches. We winning. We ballin' out of control. You can go check the numbers. We started like oh. We winning. They can't believe that we did it. Now we got the keys to the city. We got the keys to the Millie. We winning. We ballin' out of control. We go check the numbers. We started like oh. We winning. They can't believe that we did it. Now we got the keys to the city. But we finna go check the Millie. Plus I get straight to that money. We see me chasing my racks. I'm flexing my real new stars. No, I don't know nothing about it. Who all I smoke is that pack. Eagle One got my back. We the ice in the city. I'm a young nigga strap. Side rock, we on the map. It's going down like the purge. Loud pack saying winning, nigga. I just copped the quarter bird. I'm in the club with the rollie on me. I'm rolling on me, I got 40 on me. Just look at you, I know they on me. Snitches looking, wanna tell it on me. Niggas tweaking, but I'm making still. Getting money, I don't need a deal. flash, stay 100, keep it real. Got them bands, nigga trying to see a meal. Taking over like LeBron James. Move around, nigga, clear the lane. Keep it, make it rain. Real nigga, I don't f with lanes. Told y'all niggas we winning. Told y'all niggas we winning. We ballin' out of control. Look at my squad, we winning. Told y'all niggas we winning. Told y'all niggas we winning. We ballin' out of control. Look at my squad, we winning. We winning, we winning, we winning.
Shawty got this way. A player might drown. A player goes deep sea diving every time she's around. Yeah, that's my baby. I wouldn't have it no other way. Cause she's the best thing that happened to her. Oh yeah. Whether she calls me in the morning or the middle of the day, whenever she calls me, I'm speeding to her. When she calls, I'm in traffic just speeding. Cause I'm already knowing what she's needing. Something that she can't get from no other. That's my baby, that's my girl. And tonight I'ma rock the world. Give it to her, best night of the life. I'm about to have her, whether she comes in the morning, whenever she calls me, I'm speeding her away. Speeding
Chicagoland Sports Radio is your home for all the latest Chicago sports news. CSR is not only the home to the most entertaining and informative shows in Chicago, but covers all the top college and high school games as well. Big guests and bigger personalities. This is your home for the greatest debates in sports, broadcasting live from State Street in the South Loop. For all of the news, analysts, and interviews to keep you informed, log on to ChicagolandSportsRadio.com to listen live. Chicagoland Sports Radio. It's not just sports, it's a way of life.
In today's society and world, many people need help to cover events or to build a brand, but don't know how to go about it. Well, say no more. Dragon Jump Productions and B-Ray Marketing is here. We not only do graphic design, but we do photography, videography, as well as taking your name and your brand and we're going beast with it. What that means is we value our clients to the fullest and we listen to everything that you would like in your brand. So what better way to do it than with B-Ray Marketing and Dragon Jump Productions? For more information, go to DragonJumpPro.com as well as BRayMarketingMedia.net and let us take your name, your brand, and go beast. Let's put you on top of the map while we're doing what we love with videography, photography, and graphic design, as well as website design. So, what are you waiting for? Or go to www.DragonJumpPro.com and www.BRayMarketingMedia.net for more information. Click with us and let us take your name, your brand, and go beast.
Running, training should feel like Cloud9. When you squat, you fly. When you run, you're Flash. When you play basketball, you're Jordan. When you clean with purpose. When you walk, you strut.
So don't just sit there or lay around. Just do it with the Nike Air Versatile. Basketball, running, and training, even walking, never felt so good. So grab you a pair at any local Nike store or online at www.nike.com. So grab your Nike Air Versatile and live your life the Nike way. Just do it. You won't regret it. These shoes are running out fast. So head over to your nearest Nike outlet and pick up your pair today. So pick up your pair of Nike Air Versatiles today. You won't be disappointed.
You tune in to the hottest show for music and sports talk. This is Dragon Sports Network.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. If you're tuning in, you're listening to Dragon Sports Live, and I'm Dante Payne, your host for this evening. Now, it's been a little bit of shakedown going down in LA, and I ain't talking about no breakdown. Ty Lue and the Lakers organization fall out of talks of Lue being the head coach. Why? We don't know. But Stephen A. Smith is actually saying that he don't know what's going on in this organization, and Hollywood is imploring that they trade LeBron. So it's something going on inside this organization that's driving people away. Now, first Magic left, and basically he left abruptly, and then they fired Walton. So it's like, what is actually going on inside this Lakers organization? That's the question that comes to mind. That's the question that should be asked. On top of that, because of the fallout with Ty Lue fell out, they interviewed Ty Lue, Jason Kidd, Monty Williams. Monty Williams became the coach of the Suns. They wanted Jason Kidd to be one of the top assistants on there, along with Ty Lue. And on top of that, they was trying to offer Ty Lue a 3-year contract for $18 million. I'm sorry. I probably wouldn't took that deal either if I was in his position, especially if you won a championship with Cleveland, right? But then you got 2 championships. One with the Lakers. 2 with the Lakers as a player. So why are y'all trying to offer me that? And yeah, why are you guys trying to offer me that? $18 million for 3 years? Nah. I can't. As head coach, his first season, 41-27, 82-51. I should say 27-14, 51-31, 50-32. And then because he was fired because he started out 0-6. His total win record is 128 and 83 losses. Do y'all think ladies and gentlemen, honestly think 3-year, $18 million is enough for a coach who has been to the finals 3 consecutive times, won an NBA championship with that team, and do y'all think he deserves a little bit more than that? I feel like he does. Just because the resume, 3-year, $18 million, though, it's not really worth it. Because, like I said, he's worth more than that. He had a better deal when he's with Cleveland. But they, other potential coaches that the Lakers are looking at Frank Vogel, Mike Woodson, and Shams are the potential coaches that they're looking at. So it's like, what y'all gonna do? What's going on? And another fun fact about Lou, his cousin is small forward Jason Tatum. And speaking of Tatum, they're playing tonight. It is a must-win Game 5 for Kyrie and the Celtics. This game, so granted, Kyrie has been having a rough shooting out in this playoff in this series. It's time to step up today. Everybody has to step up, do y'all part, because this is a win or go home game for you guys. Down 3-1 against the Bucks right now. With Malcolm Brogdon, he is probably to play tonight after he was sidelined since March 15th with a plantar fasciitis tear. So he's expected to play tonight, but it is a must-win game for the Celtics. It's either win or go home. That game comes on tonight at 8 Eastern Pacific on TNT. Best believe, as soon as I get out of here, I'm watching that game. Because, like I said, must win. And they're in Milwaukee, just in case you guys are wondering. Bucks haven't won a playoff series from the Celtics since 1983 in the Eastern Conference Finals. So they have a potential to go 4-1. Too, but this is also the same site where the Bucks blew out the club 123-102 last Tuesday. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Celtics did manage to steal a road game though, so it's an iron. Like I said about Irvin, he's 8 of 22, 7 of in that game where they won. He's been 7 of 22 in games that they lost, and 3 of 15 from 3-pointers. So you need to step your game up. You need to play Kyrie, like move the ball around. If your shot's not falling, move the ball around, found a better option. But everyone has to step up, or you guys are packing your bags and going home. As much as I hate to say that. Now, it has been times where Celtics found themselves in a 3-hole before in postseason, but about the fact. So, Celtics was down 3-1 against the Sixers in 1968 in the Eastern Finals in 1981, and they bounced back to win that series. So, it is possible. It's even possible for a good team that's young and talented. It is possible. But more importantly, my advice is to you guys is don't worry about the refs. Because that's to all teams, matter of fact. Don't worry about the refs. Play your game. If you see a good shot, take it. Box out. Grab boards. If you have to, take a charge on Big Giannis. He's long. So it's like you may have to take a charge on him and ball out. Like that's what you guys do. And if the Celtics manage to win, Game 6 will be in Boston. So that gives you another opportunity to make a comeback. But like I said, taking one play at a time. Gain some ground. And ball. Y'all play well in the first half. And then it's just something about the third quarter where you guys just fall off the map. So, like I said, one play at a time. Take smart shots. If you gotta force the ref to call to, force the call to be called, you gotta do what you gotta do. But Y'all got to work together as a team. Stop doing ISO ball one-on-one. Move that ball around. Swing it like how y'all been doing it in the first half of all these games where y'all go for like 10 to 16 from 3. 20, basically 20 and 26. When y'all have stats like that, you guys are winning. But everybody has to step up. It can't just be one person trying to put the team on his back. If it has to be, no, that's not the better way to do it. But for the other end, you do have the bench player stepping up for the Bucks. Sorry about that. Just felt like I had to do that or either belch, but it was coming out of both. We got Eric Bledsoe and George Hill, who basically outscored Irvin. So, you know you're going to get double team. Move the ball. If you're double team, that means somebody else is open. But like I said, Bucks get back Malcolm Brogdon, who was out since March, in his right foot. They'll elevate him more. So basically, he's a game time decision, but he will be coming off the bench on limited minutes restriction. And again, that game comes on at 8 Eastern Pacific. Tune in. Got another good game for you tonight. We got the Houston Rockets versus the Golden State Warriors. Now, this series is tied 2-2. And I watched this before 2 different times. This series may go to 7. And that's just like my opinion. Like, I really think this series going to end up going to 7. You got the Splash Brothers in a shooting slump, but you also got Curry and Durant in foul trouble as well. So it's like, it can may go 7 depending on what words. Now, the thing about the Warriors, they are a second half team. Like, sometimes they do well in the first half, but come that second half, if you're not making sure you're up and being careful, they will creep up on you. They will run up like 20 points in a minute. So be careful of that. Be wary of that. But Golden State, though, y'all have to get out y'all shooting slump, and y'all have to play them ball out in Game 5. If y'all want to make it back to the finals, you guys have to do what y'all got to do if y'all want to make it back to the West Conference semifinals. So, yeah, I got to do what y'all got to do. Now, to recap yesterday's games, that's all I can say is to that. Woo. Oh, wow. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it is going down. But speaking of that, so yesterday's games, we have the Toronto Raptors and the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, I was watching First Take, and as I remember, Stephen A. said that the Raptors need to win Game 5. Basically, he was saying whoever wins Game 5 will win the series. This is basically what we predicted. So, and they was talking about is Leonard. They was comparing him to Kobe. Now, I felt like Max was wrong on this decision to compare him to Kobe as far as the clutch moments. Leonard is doing what he needs to do to carry his team. So yesterday, Leonard had 21 points and 13 boards, while Siakam had 25 points. It's not just Leonard. Leonard just doing what he's doing. He's playing his part in that game. They blew out the 76ers 125-89. With Jimmy Butler with 20 points leading for the Philadelphia 76ers. So here's what the Sixers need to do. Y'all basically need to play how y'all played in the first 2 games. Or I should say in game 1 when y'all blew out the Raptors. Embiid needs to get healthy. I know it's that allergy season. Allergies kicking my butt too. Don't feel bad. But you can fight through it. You're a big man. You strong. You tough. You can get through it. But y'all need to come out fine Thursday. Or you guys are going out too. So Thursday, y'all need to fight. This series may also go to 7. And as far as what Max Kellerman was saying about Kawhi, I don't think he should be compared to Kawhi. Kawhi is playing his game. Kawhi is a good defensive player. And yes, he would hit shots in clutch moments. But it's not like he taking a difficult shot. He just taking shots that was given to him. Sometimes you got to put the ball up, pray that it goes in. It's difficult shots. It happens that way. So, like I said, I wouldn't pair him to Kobe. Yes, he's doing stuff like Kobe, but like Stephen A. said, Kobe has rings. Kawhi has one with the Spurs, and he's trying to get back to that point. Let them ball out. Don't stop comparing these players to past players. Let them do them. Because had he would have missed that shot, or had he wasn't performing like that, they wouldn't draw these comparisons at all whatsoever. We also have the Denver Nuggets, right? Denver Nuggets blew out the Portland Trail Blazers 124-98. So you see, guys, if you listen, that score is similar as far as the 89 and 98. It just flip-flop. But you had the Jokic, with 25 points, 19 boards, 6 assists. When I say the man is a big fundamental player, and I was asked last week, which player do I think is better, and I said Jokic as far as in the playoffs because he's fundamentally sound. Screen, roll, pass, dish, rebound, post. He's doing it all, but he's not doing it alone. The whole starting 5 all had double-digit points. So going down the list, you got Kawhi with 21, Siakam with 25, Gasol with 11, Danny Green with 17, and Kyle Lowry with 19. Serge Ibaka with 10. Coming off the bench. And I also forgot they had young Jeremy Lin, too. Who, he's a low-key beast. Given a moment in time, he would mess you up, but he's a good passer. He'll move the ball around. So it's like, if everybody's clicking like that, the Raptors shot 48% from the field, while Philadelphia shot 41% from the field. You get everybody clicking. Ben Simmons, JJ Redick, and Embiid kind of had horrible games. Granted, Embiid was battling an upper respiratory infection. It was a bad game. It was a bad game for JJ Redick as well. So you need your key guys to get going. Butler, Tobias, and Embiid, because he had 13 points, but he couldn't really perform to his potential. You need production. Like, normally when I see Ben Simmons, he's normally going for triple doubles. He only had 7 rebounds and 4 assists, but 5 turnovers. Like, Jimmy Butler basically was like, you're laying an egg for them, because they had 19 turnovers in that game, which turned into 31 points off turnovers for Toronto. And you know what that caused? That caused Drake and other Raptors fans to troll and be like he trolled others on social media. Basically, getting more tape for his own medicine. Now, they do play again Thursday. But right now, tonight, we got the Celtics, which is the must-win game. And the battles of who's the best players or who's the best team with the Houston Rockets Golden State. That's coming down tonight. That's going down tonight. But before we go, I'm going to leave y'all with this. We're going to give y'all some soft music to get y'all pumped for the game, to get it cracking. And on that note, best way to say is check your mail, right? Check your mail. And catch me next week here on Dragon Sports Live on Chicagoland Sports Radio. It's not just sports, it's a way of life. Peace out.
In the mail. Every day's payday. I know. Traffic gotta stay low. Let's go. See the feds run away. Been a minute since I called you. I might call today. Been a minute since I saw you. Let's go. Might pop up today. Get butterflies when you take a look at me, but time flies when I take a look at you. I never lied when I said that I'm a G. Just like a blood, girl, I gotta keep it cool. Gotta understand I'm a man with a plan. From the ghetto to the sand, I remain the same name. Double cup, plotting with my brother and them, aka my cousin them. Look at us, we came a long way from the basement. Shit ain't been the same since handling this bang. All I see is plastic on rappers, fake shit, but I'm going back to that kid in the basement who I gotta lie to. All this shit is tasteless. That's the Roman candle. All my niggas hate it. Straight better than Mendo. Ain't no hesitating. Gotta make it now. Niggas get impatient. Back checks in the mail. Every day's payday. I know. Traffic gotta stay low. See the feds run away. Been a minute since I called you. I might call today. Been a minute since I saw you. Let's go. Might pop up today. Get butterflies when you take a look at me, but time flies when I take a look at you. I never lied when I said that I'm a G. Just like a blood, girl, I gotta keep it cool. I might pop up today. Yeah. I might call you today.